Hey, welcome to World Entertainment, and Clayface apparently has held a test screening, just one, and the reactions seem to be fairly decent for it. It's given a runtime, and you can see it there. It says Aaron Paul apparently has joined the cast, but it says in a very small role. Now, it's possible spoilers, and the spoilers is this new possible synopsis that is given, but they're not sure if it's legit or not. But we'll take a look at it, so I'll let you know when we get to all that part anyway. But it is saying some of the weirdest things, some of the concerning things that we had concerns about, and comparing it to certain things, which one of them is like, well, two of them really are like, what? One of them makes complete sense, which of course is the substance. But let's dive into this. So it's saying here, we're hearing that DC Studios recently held a test screening for Clayface, and a couple of reactions have been shared online. Clayface is said to have gone over very well with the audience, and the first DCU horror movie has drawn comparisons to Joker, Vanilla Sky, which is like, what? The Substance, and interestingly, The Incredible Hulk. The current runtime is 1 hour and 50 minutes. Now, keep in mind, this is all kind of is it or isn't it? So, that could change and stuff like that. So, Feature First is also reporting that Aaron Paul of Breaking Bad and Invincible has joined the cast in a minor role, but we don't have any details on his character. So, here is where some potential spoilers could happen. So, if you don't want to know, you can leave, and cheers for being here and hit that sub button and all that good stuff. The first part, you're probably seeing it already, is the biggest part that you're kind of worried about, and it revolves around Batman, which is this. Apparently, Batman is never shown or even referenced in the movie, and there is no other DCU cameos. It's also been reported that there are no full body transformations, as Hagen shifts his limbs when in a rage of out-of-control attacks. There's a more detailed synopsis doing the rounds, but we're not too sure if it's legit. So, one of the things we were saying is you're going to have a Batman villain movie without Batman, and now you're going to have it where he's not even referenced in Gotham City. Now, I've seen people pointing out, well, the Joker didn't have Batman. Yeah, but it had young Bruce Wayne. So, it was set while Bruce was still a child, and his parents hadn't been killed yet. So, the kind of build up to him being Batman wasn't there. This is a very different story, because this, yeah, it's meant to be set before Superman, but it's meant to be set, obviously, at a time where Batman would be around. So, the fact that Batman's not even mentioned is kind of like, what are they doing? They really are kind of trying not to move forward or give any hints with Batman, because they probably know the writing's on the wall and they're not going to get to the stage of doing Batman. Or, again, Matt Reeves is a producer on this, or at least an executive producer on this. And this is what also is leading people to believe that does Matt Reeves actually have the rights to Batman, and they have to wait until he's done. Because think of it, this is a Batman villain set in Gotham. They filmed in the locations that the Batman is filming, even though this was meant to be an Elseworlds movie, but now it's actually a part of the DCU. Is it the case that they can't use Batman or even reference him until Matt Reeves is done? That is starting to look like the case, but it's weird. So here is this kind of new synopsis. At least I think this is the new synopsis that they're talking about. So this is what it says. Once the world's most beloved actor, Matt Hagen's glamorous life is shattered when a forbidden affair with a Gotham City mob boss's wife leads to his brutal disfigurement. Desperate to reclaim his shattered identity and his prized looks, Matt turns to a mysterious female doctor who administers an experimental underground drug. Just before I go on, I don't know why they felt it necessary to say mysterious female doctor. Why didn't you just say a mysterious doctor? However, the miracle cure comes with a horrifying price. Triggered by deep sorrow, trauma, and fits of rage, Matt's face begins to melt, slowly transforming him into a monstrous entity. Now, a fugitive hunted by the government after taking violent revenge on the mobsters who ruined his life, Matt's grip on sanity slips. He forms a twisted, obsessive bond with the doctor who treated him, eliminating anyone who stands in their way, including her husband. As she realizes the horrifying consequences of her experiment and attempts to stop him once and for all, Matt survives, setting this stage for a dark, tragic psychological thriller about vanity, heartbreak, and a deadly obsession. Now, if all of this part is true and accurate, it is a bit weird that you would give away the part of she tries to stop him and he survives, which clearly means his trauma and everything would increase by killing her. That's what I think you'd be looking at here. Fuck if I know what this even says. Like, why even put this in here when it's like, is there a translator? Can we translate it? Right, this translation. Oh, it does turn into English when you click onto it. Clayface had a test screening last night. The film received applause and was compared to Joker 2018, which is funny because the other site says 2019. There are no references to Batman and there is no full body transformation. He transforms parts of his body into rage and out of control attacks. The CGI was not finalized. So that's what they're saying. Again, when you're hearing applause and shit, that then sounds like it was a test screening for the suits and not an actual audience. That's what that sounds like. Because audiences don't do that shit of stand up and start applauding. And this one said, Clayface is approximately 1 hour and 50 minutes currently, as test screenings recently happened and seems audiences loved it. Said to have some Joker vibes, a few references to Vanilla Sky, The Substance, and The Incredible Hulk. So, it is the case. Now, by the way, when they give that runtime, those runtimes are usually the runtimes without credits. So, keep that in mind. So, when you get later on saying the movie's 2 hours and 10 minutes, that could be like 20 minutes of credits. But it is the question of, like, if the test screenings actually did happen, was it simply for the suits or was it test screenings with an actual audience? Now, as you can see, they're saying with an audience, but then they're saying like, oh, there was big applause and stuff like that. That normally comes from when it's in front of the executives and stuff like that. Overall, it does sound interesting, but the concerns that you were having, like, you know, does he turn into a full Clayface? And the answer now is no, by the sounds of it, the test screenings. He does not. So it's literally his arms and stuff will change into weapons or something, and his face kind of melts. That seems to be the extent of his transformation, which is weird. Of course, one of the things a lot of these kind of test screenings do leave out is post-credit scenes. So there could be a post-credit scene or a mid-credit scene where he does fully transform that would set up to his next story. Or a post-credit scene could be him starting that transformation and the bat signal hits the sky. Problem there is you're teasing something that we're probably not going to get, at least anytime soon. So it is the kind of question of, are these accurate kind of reactions to it? Was it the suits or was it an actual audience? What do we make of it? You know, should we be concerned that there's no even mentions of Batman? But should we be even more concerned that there's no full transformation into Clayface? Let me know what you guys think of it all. Are you still excited for this movie? Are you curious about the movie, or do you even care about the movie? Do let me know. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like, share and subscribe and hit that hype button and all that good stuff. Cheers, and I shall catch you in the next one.